Welcome to the Market Bias Tracker Weekly Stocks Roundup. This is your structured look at where the board stood this week, who led, who lagged, and what the overall picture is telling us about market health. As always, this is market context, not a signal. Let's start with the broad picture. Across the 50 names on the board this week, buyers still controlled more of the scorecard than sellers. 17 names registered bullish bias. 7 came in bearish. The average score across the board landed at 5.4, which sits just above the midpoint, but not by a wide margin. The headline read, "Is constructive. Buyers are in control." But the board is not moving as one unified market, and that distinction matters more than the headline number. On the bullish side, 3 names stood out clearly. Texas Instruments came in as the strongest name on the board this week, with both the hourly and daily timeframes aligned in a bullish stack. The daily RSI is running in strong bull territory, and the trend structure is clean across the frames we track. Apple also showed up near the top of the leaderboard, with a similar alignment across hourly and daily. The daily RSI on Apple is running even hotter than Texas Instruments, deep into strong bull territory. Tesla rounded out the top 3 bullish names, with a solid hourly structure and a daily bias that is holding bullish, though the daily RSI is softer than the other two, sitting in weak bull range rather than the elevated readings we see on Texas Instruments and Apple. All 3 names carry their strongest supporting factor from the daily time frame, which is the kind of confirmation that gives the bullish read more weight. Now, the weak side. Intuit was the weakest name on the entire board this week, and it was not close. Both the hourly and daily timeframes are in a full bearish stack, with RSI readings in strong bear territory on both frames. The daily ATR is running at an elevated state, meaning the move lower has not been a slow drift, there has been real pressure behind it. Uber also registered a bearish bias across both timeframes, with the hourly RSI sitting in strong bear territory. Walmart came in bearish on the hourly as well, though the daily picture is more mixed. The daily trend stack is actually bullish, which creates a split structure. Walmart also flagged a bullish divergence signal on the hourly and a liquidity sweep below support on the daily. That combination does not flip the bias, but it does suggest the bearish pressure there may be closer to exhaustion than the other weak names. Now let's talk about leadership quality, because this is where the week gets more nuanced. 17 bullish names out of 50 is not a broad rally. That is roughly 1 in 3 names showing buyer control. The gap between the strongest name and the weakest name on the board is significant. Texas Instruments and Intuit are sitting at opposite ends of the scoring range. When the top of the board and the bottom of the board are that far apart, it tells you the market is not lifting all boats. Leadership exists, but it is concentrated. The board is not moving as one. The main caution from this week is worth naming clearly. Several names on the board, including some of the bullish leaders, are carrying ATR stretch warnings. Texas Instruments and Apple both have daily ATR stretch flags, meaning the recent moves have extended beyond typical daily range. Exhaustion risk is elevated on both names at the daily level. That does not mean the trend reverses, but it does mean the easy part of the move may already be in the price. Chasing extended moves is a different risk profile than entering early in a trend. Heading into next week, the key watch theme is whether leadership broadens. Right now, the bullish side is real but narrow. If more names begin to confirm bullish structure, the board tone improves. If the weak side, led by Intuit, continues to deteriorate or spreads to adjacent names, that changes the picture. The ATR stretch warnings on the leaders are also worth monitoring. Extended moves can continue, but they can also pause or pull back sharply. Watch how the leaders behave near resistance and whether the weak names show any stabilization. That is your weekly stocks roundup from Market Bias Tracker. Everything you have heard is market context, a structured read of what the board is showing. Visit marketbiastracker.com for the full weekly breakdown. This is market context, not a signal.